everyone. Welcome to the 421. We hope you've enjoyed your intro. Today we are continuing last week's train of thought. We're writing Weekend at Salties, baby.
The Seft Fest is coming.
It's in 2 more days.
It's in 2 days. Oh, God.
Also, if you haven't listened to the episode before this one, you should probably go do that.
You need to listen to the first episode for this episode to make sense.
Sunray, link that in here. All right, so we've just gotten the body out. Where would we be heading?
I don't know where to. I'd be trying to bury it, not fucking keep it in.
Okay, so then we would have a real big scene of me driving around Pittsburgh, just trying to make sure, like, if anybody's tailing us, they aren't following us anymore. So I'm keeping a close eye out, and we're arguing about what to do over the body. Your argument is, dude, we should bury this. We need to get rid of it. My argument is, no, like, the festival is in 2 days. If people know that the organizer was murdered, nobody will come. Nobody's going to donate to Salty if that happens. Listen, he has 2 more appearances over the next 2 days. All we got to do is get through those, and we'll be golden. We can put the body back where we found it.
And then there's the argument of, yeah, but who's gonna run it? Who's gonna do his part?
We can do that, man.
We had him for this reason. We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
That makes it that much better.
So we're gonna try our best.
Maybe everything's already set in place, and he's just like the mouth of it now. You know, like the festival's all set, everything's lined up and ready to go. It's just that, you know, Diz is the one who everybody's like, oh, Diz is on the radio. He's going to talk about Seth Fest. Or like our commercials pop up. It's like, oh, that's Diz. Yeah.
I'm starting to think Mallow should have been the one who was killed.
I don't know if we can go back on that canon.
I know.
That's over a week ago.
We can't. We've done it. I mean, it's already here, but just saying that, it's like, it sounds like Mallow should be the one who gets killed because he's the promoter.
True. Yeah. But I digress.
Yeah, I digress.
Moving forward.
We could go to your house because that's not where Jack was.
All right, so the next scene would be at my house later at night. What do we do? What's the scene? We got to sneak the body into my house?
We'd have to find a reason for both your wife and Dot to be gone. Because
yeah.
I couldn't just get away with a cop barging into my house and Dot not saying a word.
What are they doing this weekend?
They were away at the spa weekend getting ready for Seth Fest because they were on vacation. And while we're doing our own stupid little shit, they were going to go enjoy themselves.
Sure.
There we go.
Great. You know what? We could even, no, it does. Is Mullen in this movie?
Are we going to have a scene where Jack goes home and enjoys coffee and talks about how hard work is and how he should give it all up, and then she convinces him to stay on the task because he loves this job and he loves protecting this city?
But like our significant others, you never actually see her. You just hear the voice.
Yeah. It's almost like Charlie Brown.
I love it. Yes. Perfect. You're welcome, Mullen. We'll get you some lines.
Yeah, we'll get you in there.
So they're all away doing a spa weekend before the big Seft Fest, so they're gone. Perfect. So we get to my house. My dogs are probably still there.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, they'd probably sniff at the body.
I think Archer would try to bite it.
I don't know if he would. Although that would be
a funny scene. So Archer will try to bite it.
He absolutely has to bite off the left ear as an homage to Van Gogh.
God damn it. God damn it. I was like, no, because that ruins the appearance. But, oh.
Right, and then now all of a sudden Diz is always wearing a big beanie. It goes like all the way. That's like a Mushmouth's beanie.
Oh my God. Stop it. Stop it. You stop it.
So we have a big scene. I assume we put Diz in the bathtub with a bunch of ice.
Yeah.
That seems pretty logical to be the next step. And then we both go to sleep for the night at my place.
Now we're in day 2.
Now we're into day 2. And maybe like during the night we leave the bathroom door open, and that's when Archer goes and like sniffs at the body and chews off the ear.
Yeah.
So we during this time, Chia would probably be. Would Chia know that his plan didn't work yet about tipping off the police? I feel like Chia might have like feelers and like police scanners and things like
We
that.
could show like a flashback scene. Mallow had tailed Jack there, sees you pull up and get rid of the body, and sees me dart into the car, and we take off.
So then, does Mallow follow? Do we lose him in the streets?
We can lose him in the streets at some point.
That'd be cool, because then we can do a car chase scene.
Well, I mean,
when
we
realize we're being tailed.
No, the thing was, I think.
Or does he know where I live now?
I think that no. I think the funny thing would be is just like obviously we live in the city, so if we just went out in traffic and he just lost us by accident,
Okay.
I think instead of having because the car chase scene, we shouldn't feel in danger aside from the cops yet. I don't think
It's
so.
shot like a car chase scene, but we're just sitting in traffic, or we don't even know that Mallow's tailing us. I got you.
It could be shot from like the perspective of Mallow when we flash it back, like it's a car chase scene, and the whole time in the beginning when we were shooting, it's just a normal ass scene for us, and when we flash back, he's like trying to car chase us, and people are just cutting him off.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, absolutely love it.
We got to tell Mallow to listen to these episodes.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to podcasts, so.
Yeah, but I'm like, you guys really should listen to this one.
Okay, so Mallow tries to tail us. We lose him somewhere in the city. We get home safe.
Yeah, we're home safe. We do all the things. He gets his ear bit off.
All right. Day
So,
2.
Mallow has reported back to Chia. Jack is obviously... Well, Jack's pissed off because I ran, I assume.
I feel like Jack could have a scene with Mullen's voice at this point. Maybe this is when Mullen gets introduced, and he's like, you know, just bullshit. I'm so close. I'm just so close. It's the one thing I could never the one case I could never close, but I'm so close. And this is when like Mullen comes in and is like yada yada yada. Inspirational speech, and then we bring her back around to doing something badass later on in the movie.
With just her voice.
Just her voice. Maybe you see like hands with a gun, and she shoots somebody.
No, I think I'll play with that idea. I think it would also be funny to be like we make it very apparent that the reason the significant others aren't there is because of they're not in stuff and blah blah blah.
Okay.
So it's just like so they're going on a spa weekend and like a little wink to the audience and stuff like that. And then whenever she gives her inspirational speech and he goes, "Thank you, honey, I love you," and she goes, "I love you too, honey. Now I'm gonna go away and have me a spa weekend," and we just put a wink noise in.
Oh yes, that's perfect. Because then you can have just a random shot later in the movie of like, it cuts to like a spa and you just see like all of their feet lined up in a row and they're all like in like a hair salon and they're getting like pedicures and it's just like their voices, but you only see like the toes lined up.
What are we?
Oh, we're making not a Scorsese. Jesus.
No, what's it? What is it?
We're
Tarantino.
Tarantino.
There
We're
it
making
is.
a Tarantino.
I was like, what is this, Tarantino?
Anyways.
Actually, that would be the after credit scene like Marvel where you finally see the girls actually, I would say finally get the big reveal.
No, the after credit scene is you working on editing a video after the thing's over and you get a ding from Gmail and it's like it's a week after the festival. It says, "You have 1 new Patreon subscriber." And it just cuts to your face and you're like, nice.
It was worth it.
And then it's da-da! And that's it. So we wake up on the second day.
Yep. She is informed. Mullen is inspirational speech and not spa.
What is the big encounter on day 2? What are we doing to promote the festival the day before the festival? Does he have a live TV appearance? Does he go on Pittsburgh Live today?
Pittsburgh Live today. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, that's what we'd have
Or is
to
it
play.
Pittsburgh Today Live? I can't remember what order those go in.
Whatever it is, put the right order in. But yeah, there's a big appearance with all 3 of us to show up on Pittsburgh Today Live today. Pittsburgh Live.
Now, both Chia and Jack would probably know that this was getting aired.
So they would.
They disguise themselves as cameramen. They both disguise themselves as cameramen, and then we show up on the show, and we're doing the interview, and we're laughing, and we're pulling this off, dude. Oh my god, we're gonna pull this off. This is really gonna work. And then you see the camera pan over, and like one of the lights gets like knocked, so you don't see like the flare in our eyes. And we recognize, we don't recognize Chia yet. We haven't met him.
Yeah, we don't know.
We
Chia.
recognize Jack, the detective, because he fucking showed up at your doorstep. You would know what Jack looks like. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So you realize
I'm
There's
freaking
a-
out
dude,
mid-interview.
You're having like an anxiety attack halfway through, and you're trying to like tip me off, like, yeah, we got. Well, this has been great. We really got to get going though. So, dude, we still have like 10 minutes left on the interview.
You know, we've been snooping around with a bunch of different ideas, and we're detecting a lot of new stuff to come and bring to you guys. And if I had to guess, you know, the camera is a big deal for us coming down the road. And
Oh, that's so good. That's so perfect. So then the big question becomes, how do we get Diz out of there when both Chia and Jack are right there? Maybe Jack seeing Chia.
when the thing ends, so I would say if you want to go this route where they're disguising themselves for some reason, and Jack wouldn't just come in as a normal cop person and talk to us.
That's true.
Especially me having fled a scene. So if we're suspending disbelief that much, I would say Jack would wait until the end of the shoot for some reason, and then he would take off his cameraman stuff and start walking towards us. And as he's getting ready to say, no, Chia would interrupt the interview and attempt to shoot Diz again, and Jack
Ooh.
would stop him.
Would it be Chia or would it be Mallow?
Either or, paint either picture in.
Yep.
I think Mallow would be more of the
I think Mallow would be the thing to do.
hitman type.
Yeah.
So Mallow attempts to shoot. Jack's able to stop him, not kill him, but maybe gets wounded, maybe in the leg or something. That takes Jack's distraction off. We're able to bust out. We can have like
There's one of those. They put like all the Well, I don't know if there'd be an amplifier on the set. There's got to be some sort of like wheeled rig for like lighting or sound equipment or something that we could just like grab from off stage, like roll them onto, and then we zoom off.
Yeah.
On the cart.
and there's a big hallway chase scene where like Mallow's
We're drifting around corners
Yeah,
and
like-
shit.
like security's chasing us down. I'm on the back, like they're coming from the left.
Veer starboard. Which side is starboard? Fuck, I don't know. Ah!
Crash through the doors into the streets.
Oh, we're taking this cart into the streets.
I mean, I was thinking funny.
Okay, no, we can roll with this. We ditch the car. If it's my wife's car, it has her real estate information on it, so we're like, shit, we can't drive the car anymore, where are we just gonna go? Where do we go next? Where do we hide?
So we know of Mallow now, who's trying to kill us, or trying to kill Diz in specific. Jack is definitely on our tail, but now has a different person to do. How does Mallow get away? I guess the dilemma of finding either Diz or dealing with Mallow, Jack has to choose, and he could run through us for the hallway scene.
Yeah, I think Mallow would...
Even though attempted murder would definitely be the thing that you choose.
So Mallow takes a shot, and it hits Jack on accident? That's what
No.
we're going... Oh.
Mallow it pulls out the gun to go, and Jack... Either Jack subdues him without injuring him, which would make less sense if he chases us, or Jack pulls his and fires and hits Mallow in the leg or something, or in the shoulder.
Ooh.
To stop him from shooting Diz. 'Cause
Okay.
Cop shooting armed assailant.
Okay, cop shoots armed assailant. Mallow drops gun and is now bleeding out. In the confusion, you see us in the background, like, careening Diz on the AV cart, just rolling through. Who gives chase? Would either of them give chase?
That's what I'm saying. So it would be Jack would have to choose between pursuing an injured Mallow or coming after us.
That's
and
true.
for the comedic hallway scene, I think it would be funny to see Jack like trying to run through.
Yeah, absolutely. Mallow escapes in the confusion. Jack tries to catch
Because
up
obviously
to us.
these things are shot in front of people too, so there would be a crowd of Xanders that would be running around.
We steal the detective's car.
Yes,
We go out the
we
back
have to
door.
steal the detective's car.
We go out the back door, and I'm like trying all the door handles. One of them opens. We shove them in. We're like, oh god, we don't have the keys. And then I guess they're in the top part for some fucking reason. I guess that doesn't have to be a big thing.
He's already dressed up as a fucking cameraman. Are we really gonna go for this?
No, we steal his car. We drive off. He gets out and he like pats for his radio to call it in, and it comes to the dispatch in his car.
And then we realize it's
The
detective's
detective's
car.
car. I love it. Yes. All right. So by this point, it's probably 1 or 2 p.m. on the second day. I don't think Diz has any more appointments at this point. So we got to look for another place to hide. Now, your place is not safe. My place is not safe.
Apparently, Seft isn't safe.
What if we could take it to where we work?
We hadn't been there in like 5 years. The bank's popped off. Here it is. Joey is like a fucking mafia boss now.
Oh, yes!
There you go.
Yes, we get the mob! It's like a mob boss just surrounded by people with axes hanging off their belt loops.
We could make so the car scene like after.
It's the Fat Nine Click.
So it's the Fat Nine Click. So we're basically we realize it's the detective's car. We're having a scene where we're like, who can we go? Like, where can we go? Who can we turn to and stuff like that? And we like have this realization. There's like, there's only one place we've ever been able to go, and only one person we could truly be ourselves and talk to about openly and everything. And it could like start to span towards the spa, like a scene that starts to cut towards like a healthy spa, and then it just cuts to the fucking bank. And it's just us in front of average guy Joe, like, listen, man, we have nowhere else to turn. Nobody else would understand us, but listen, we just want this festival. We just want to have fun at a party. That's all we want. And just make a little bit of cash.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And you don't care about the dead body we need to store here? Just don't let my dad find out.
Yeah, you know what? We have an old escape room that we haven't used in a while. It has a secret compartment. Come on, I'll show you.
This is really easier than I thought.
Yeah, dude, I think we're gonna pull this off.
In captions, literally every time Joey says yes to Salty. That was a lot fucking easier than I thought it'd be. I had a floor plan.
Who finds us next? Who figures out where the body is?
If Joey can't be in the movie, though, there has to be a reference to Xander as Joey. I just thought of that.
Again, we get Joe's voice, but you just see like
Xander.
The scene is shot from like the camera is where Joey's face is, but you just see Xander's arms on the table, and maybe like a little tuft of hair like blocking a very small portion of the top of the camera or the bottom of the camera.
Fuck yeah.
Why did he sound like Craig?
I don't know.
Oh, dude.
Fuck
that
yeah.
sounds awesome. Totally.
So I feel like that would have to end our night is being in like the Fat Nine Click and all the Xanders that are there at the bar and shit like that.
Fuck. Okay. I see a path if you're willing to follow me.
Go ahead.
So we got the Fat Nine Click.
Yeah.
And we also have the police, and we have an art thief, not mafia. What's like a French gang? I'm imagining all these three people descending upon the bank, and it turns into like a bloodbath, like just an absolute non-necessary bloodbath.
I can see it. I see where this is going. Where the only people who survive are, for some reason, me, Hugh, Chia, Jack Mallow, and one Xander.
Exactly.
See, I kind of wanted the opposite.
Ooh.
I wanted like this. Because I wanted at Seth Fest the whole like big gain for Seth is we get the cops and we get all these art thieves to come and we get the Fat Nine Click to come, and everybody's at the festival at the end. I want it to end like that. Really, if we're going for that real 80s 90s feel, it has to be that really happy. Fucking everything worked out in the end. Really feel good moment.
Okay, all right. Then we need another scene in between us escaping the new studio and us getting to the bank. There's got to be something else in between then.
Do you mean you're cutting out the news stuff?
No. Like we go on the news.
Okay.
We steal the detective's car and escape. Something needs to happen in between that moment and us getting to the bank, if that's where we're going to close the second day. I feel like there needs to be one more scene in there of something.
I feel like that would be a Chia thing. Like, that would be, like, because I feel, the funny part for me is we have that conversation in the car that says, hey, we need somebody to cut to, and then it cuts to us going to Average Guy Joe for that. So if you're looking for another scene, I would say add in
a Chia scene?
Yeah, you can even have the scene where would Jack know of Mallow to the point where he could tie Chia into it now?
I would feel so. I would feel like he can definitely put together that the two are working in tandem.
So then Chia could be putting in a some kind of call to Jack, and he's like, I finally have you on something now, blah, 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 blah. And that's where they have this big tension talk, which I still don't understand why we're the main focus, but fuck it, it's our movie.
That's it. Like, it's just our movie. Like, there is something much larger that's going on, like, way above
There
our
it
heads.
is. That's what it is. Yeah, we're just like, we just want, that's literally the plea. We just want to party and have, like, we just want people to like Salty. Like, all we want is people to like Salty.
We're basically making a stoner movie.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Think of a stoner movie, take that plot, replace it with this one, same movie. So.
Yeah, I've been getting these weird, like, Jay and Silent Bob feel this whole time.
Yeah. So Chia and Jack have a big, like, standoff over the phone. They both know that the festival's going on tomorrow, and that's, like, the big tense moment that the call ends on. Like, well, I guess I'll see you at the festival tomorrow then, won't I? Yes. I'll bring my sunscreen. Click.
He's a weird guy. That got you, didn't it?
He just hangs up the phone. He, like, puts his head in his hands for a second, and you get the feeling like, oh, wow, this is, like, it's a do or die moment for this guy. Tomorrow is it. He's either going to catch the person he's been chasing for years or not. And he just, like, slams the table. He goes, why is that guy so fucking weird? And then you cut to the third day, and it's the festival.
And now we bring back 3 different bars, and it's us waking up and trying to get everything ready for the festival while trying to be prepared.
Oh, yes, the circle.
It's like
Yes!
It's like Chekhov's gun, but with black bars. Then you have Jack's one, and then you have Chia's one, and they're all rounding out and getting ready.
It's like, it's Chia and Jack's perspective at one point. They're both, like, getting guns and, like, bulletproof Kevlar and, like, strapping up. And we're just, like, putting our puppeteering shit all over Diz to get him ready for this last appearance to start off the festival. Like, they're grabbing guns, we're grabbing blue cows. I don't know, they both get into, like, these really cool slick cars, and we're just chucking Diz into the back of the pickup truck.
A 4x4.
The Ace truck. Just...
Man, I'm glad I kept this around.
And we, like, you see us slap in the back, and we peel off into the
We tie
into
him
the
up on
morning
the
sun.
fucking truck, and he rides into the festival.
It's the Pope-mobile. It's the Pope-mobile, but it's the Ace truck.
That could be the scene that ends on us when, like, we're saying goodnight to each other next to a dead body in the fucking bank. Like, dude, I got a hell of an idea. Cut to that montage of our screen with that. Just building the Pope-mobile Ace truck.
So then the next scene would be we're cruising into the festival on the Pope-mobile. There are crowds of Xanders everywhere. And then every once in a while you see, like, Jack or Chia in the audience, like, touching an earpiece, like, do we have eyes?
Chia would be talking into a cane.
Oh, absolutely. Jack's off to the side, like, do we have eyes on Diz? And then you hear a Xander, like, coming in. No, but we do have eyes on a Chia to the northwest. And you see Jack look up, and Chia's just there, like, glaring at him through a monocle. And, like, the monocle goes, like, it's obviously super technological.
Chia would be standing on a building very plainly out of fucking, like, not out of sight, but very easily noticed. And Jack didn't notice it.
And you see him, like, speak into his cane for a moment, and that's when you see on, like, the way far end, maybe Mallow's set up in a sniper nest. I feel like we can tie this in.
Now, I see. I want Mallow for the big payoff at the end of the climax. I need Mallow close.
Okay, all right. What if Mallow is up in a sniper nest, but they have installed a zip line from where it is to the building that she is on?
This one
Too much?
This one from maybe feasible if we got some good fucking blowback to whoo.
All right, too much. We'll reel it back. All right, so we're at the festival. Pope Mobile rolls in. Everybody's got eyes on it. What is everybody doing? Does Jack move in?
There's it's a festival, so a lot of Xanders are at different vendors getting Xanders from stuff from Xander.
Get your deep fried salty sticks, deep fried salty sticks.
Jackie Jack and the Heart Attacks are playing, but every member is Xander.
Dude, okay, what if we went the route of Chia disguised himself as a member of the band as well as Mallow? So they've got like fucking Liberty spikes and like the leather jackets and the ripped jeans and shit, and they're just playing like two really big guitars that are very plainly guns. And when everything kicks off, they go to like fire at the bulletproof Dismobile that we've concocted.
Okay, so we have, and they're in like really bad Xander masks.
Yes. So the climax is we drive in. Mallow and Chia remove their Xander masks and turn their guitar guns onto the Pope Mobile and just start lighting it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the crowd gets away the crowd is spreading as we're pulling in. They start lighting it up. The crowd runs obviously to a safe distance because we don't want anybody dying. Because that's more money than we have to spend.
The only person who dies in this movie is Diz.
Yeah, and he's gonna be the cheapest death. Pow! Damn, that sucked.
All right, so the crowd flees.
Car we're trying to drive away. Tire gets shot. We drive into one of the vendors stations things. Mm-hmm. All the Xanders jump out the way, and we get thrown out. And Diz is just sitting there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What would Jack be doing?
So Jack would either be opening fire on Mallow and Chia, or he would be taking cover from that fire. As soon as he sees Diz, he runs towards the Dismobile. So, like, while the crowd, like, he starts running, you hear the firing, the crowd flees, but he is still darting straight towards it.
The structure falls. As Jack starts darting, the structure falls, cutting off all of Jack's Xandermen.
Xandermen?
And they can no longer assist. So now it's the big head-off between Mallow and Chia versus Jack versus Salty Boys.
And so we're standing in the middle of this circle, and
we're lost in tents of vendors. Like the fire's going on, the car is veered. We're in tents. Like
we still have the detective's car.
Yeah, no, we have the.
No, we have the. Yeah, that's right. God damn it! I was gonna say we could use the loudspeaker on the detective's car.
We could.
There could be a radio tower.
There could be a scene where we just take it out and put it in the truck.
I think so. The way that I think you could do it would be there's like a big, like, you know, the old style broadcast towers with like the big air horn shit on the top of it. There's, for some reason, you can radio out the top of it. Or there's like I take a walkie-talkie and I start flipping through the channels.
It's also a festival. We could have a mega horn.
It would need to be even bigger. It would have to be broadcast to the entire festival for what I'm trying to set up.
Okay.
So we find a way to radio into the big system that goes over the entire festival grounds. Meanwhile, Jack, Chia, and Mallow are having like their own cool little firefight. Maybe they're doing some cool slapstick gun antics and some
this
kung
is where
fu
we used
bullshit.
all we learned throughout the movie.
And they're doing like kung fu bullshit, and we stand up. We finally find the right channel. We climb up the radio tower and we say, "Enough!" And at this point, we can either reveal that Diz is dead and that what he would have wanted is for all of us to party together, or we can pretend like it's Diz and one of us can like stay on the ground and actually radio over like, this is Diz. I feel like it would be better to just like come clean, be like, everybody, we have some sad news. The person you all love and know as the face of Seth Fest is dead. And you hear like mourning and weeping and crying. And meanwhile, Jack, Chia, and Mallow all like are looking at each other after this fight scene like, what? Maybe they're doing a
Chia
good
goes, I fucking knew it!
Yes, I did it! I did it!
I knew it! I knew I killed that son of a damn it.
And then a tackle. Oof! And he goes, but what he really would have wanted was for the party to continue on. Diz went through all the trouble of getting the band's here, and you hear like a big and these wonderful vendors. Yeah, I do like those salty sticks.
Salt sticks kind of suck.
I feel like what he would have wanted was for us to party on in his stead. Who's with me? And then you see like the Fat Nine clique going like, oh, I don't know. And you see all the other the Zanderman,
The Zanderman.
the Zanderman, and all the others be like, oh, I don't know. And then you hear like, 1, 2, 3, hit it. And that's when the music kicks in. Everyone's like, oh yeah, we don't have to fight. We could be friends. And then it's very Summer of Love. Just people dancing in the streets.
And then Chia and Jack start to forgive each other.
Yeah, they have that. They realize that they're brothers.
And then Mallow shoots Chia in the head. And screams. It screams at the top of his lungs. No, like, fuck this. This is not how this... I'm not taking these bullshit orders anymore. I can't... And then Jack shoots Mallow. And then the music... And then I shoot Mallow.
Why would you shoot Mallow?
I don't know. I was like, I haven't done anything in a while, and I kind of want to. It makes way more sense if Jack does it, but like I just... Like, I'm playing the guitar, and I think it's the gun. It's the gun, and I fire it off on accident. I'm like, that's why I'm a drum guy. And then it just cuts to the music, and everybody's partying. All the artist thieves, all the cops, all the fucking Fat Nine clique.
Fireworks go off. We get Diz in the puppeteering thing, and we strap him to some rigging above, so he's still like...
He's just flying over the audience.
He's flying and dancing and having a great time.
His beanie comes off, and you see the ear missing.
And then that's when the credits begin to roll.
No, that's when we ended with, I guess the moral of the day was, everybody should like Salty. Or Seft. Or whatever.
Well, I was going to say, like, it's one of those moments where the credits roll, but the movie is still going on. So, like, So the credits begin to roll at the moment where, like, 3, 2, 1, kick it! And then, like, in a little box, you get, like, the... the part where like Chia gets offed by Mallow, and then it cuts to Jack and Chia, like, or Jack and Mallow having that little standoff. You get a little bit about Mallow's character. It cuts to me and you on stage doing like guitar solos.
Yeah, like Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure type shit.
And then you hear pop, and you can see like you clearly pulling the trigger of your gun guitar real quick, and it cuts back to Mallow bleeding out on the ground. Jack goes, huh. And at that point, the credits have ended rolling. They're going to be really short because it's all going to be us.
Yeah.
And it's like us kind of looking at each other at the end and being like, huh, well, what did we really learn today, Dice?
Everybody should like and love Salty.
Screen fades to
One
black.
Patreon.
Screen fades to black. Cut to, there's a text that just pops up like 1 week later. Dice is editing footage from the festival for a big compilation thing. And his Gmail pops. It gives a little ding. He looks at it and it says, 1 new patron. $5 level. He looks up directly at the camera and says,
It was worth it. It was all worth it.
Da-da-da! Bow! That's Weekend of Salties!
Yeah.
We did it! It only took us like an hour and a half, but we did it!
We did it. We gotta set it for stream.
Yeah, we do. Thank you so much for... if you're still here, thank you so much for sticking with us. I had a blast. That was super fun.
Yeah, if you want to see this,
Head on over to patreon.com/Seft.
Guess what? The project these guys don't know they might be working on soon.
That'd be amazing.
That would be fantastic.
If you want to see this in some sort of tangible form, head on over to patreon.com/Seft.
Or just let us know at the very least. We can try to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. In the meantime, though, before you head on over there, be sure to subscribe to the channel.
Definitely do that.
Be sure to like this video.
Definitely do that.
And what should we have them drop in the comments?
Do you want to see this tangible? Or, you know what? I think the slap in the hands thing works. So just slap them hands again.
Give us one more dead impression and just dead fist your way to victory.
If you want to see this in some kind of media form aside from audio, give us another dead hand slap comment.
We need more we need more things that input into the hacking sequence.
There's going to be a lot more hacking scenes than we thought.
Thanks for joining us, y'all. We'll see you next week.